This is my card from the blog, and I'm going to show you how to make this really cool background. So you see I've got some shimmer, and I've got a lot of really cool puddles of color. And the colors that I used, I actually used Distressed Oxide and the ink together. I'll show you why as I do it, but I used Twisted Citron and peeled paint, so I have those for both. And then this is my absolute favorite watercolor paper to use for ink blending, the smooshing, and what I love about it is there's little to no texture to it, and it's really thick, so I can really lay on the color and it's not going to warp super fast, so I can get a lot done without having to be taped down to a surface. Next, I'm going to pull out my favorite tool from my craft closet, and that is the packaging from my stamp chamois. Now this makes the best surface to smush ink because it's plastic, it's easy to clean, and it's flat. So I'm just going to lay down some random splotches here, and I'm using the oxide and the ink at the same time because I find that it gives a really cool texture. Even though they're the same colors, they're going to blend. So I'm just kind of smushing it anywhere and everywhere. Let's see, I did that one. Let's do some of this. And then just pull it in. Okay. So then I have a water bottle, and it's nothing fancy. It's just, it's a bottle from my essential oils. So I just fill it with water, and then I'm going to spray the surface. And there's really no rhyme or reason to how much water. Just however the pools that you create is what you're going to see on your sheet. So I don't want it to blend together. I want them to be separate. So then this is my watercolor paper, and I'm just going to lightly lay it down. I don't want to squish it because I want these bubbles. Okay, and I could let this air dry, but I am a super impatient crafter. So I'm going to break out my heat tool and I'm going to set it real quick. So now that that's all dry, you can see I have these really awesome spots. And the great thing about the smushing technique is I'm just going to keep squishing the ink. And this time I'm going to press a little bit more. I'm going to push down more. And then I want those to run a little bit. But even with all the oxide and the ink, you're still going to be able to see the texture underneath. Okay, so I'm going to pause it again and set this with my heat tool. So I've added a couple layers and heat set in between, but I'm going to go ahead and annoy you with the sound of my heat tool because I want to show you how fast this really is. I'm kind of drawing this out so that you guys can see each step, but really this is a great fast way to get a really cool technique. So here we go. So there it is. This is all heat set, and that is just the mixture of the Distress Oxide and the Distress ink. Now if you wanted to, you can go back with any of the colors. I think with the original card, I had a few of these darker splotches, and all I did to create those splatters was first take your chamois and just wipe off your surface. And again, this is why I like using the packaging, because it is a super easy to clean surface. So all I did is I took the peeled paint Distress ink, squished a little bit on my center, sprayed that with some water, and then I'm just going to take a little brush here and I'm going to pick up all that ink. And then off to the side. And then just tap that on. And there you go. And then I'm just going to heat set that real quick. So next I want to add the really fun shimmer, and how I did that was with Perfect Pearls. And I love this bronze, the bronze, because it's kind of like a gold, rose gold. It's not quite a true bronze, like a penny. But since my brush was already wet from before, I just picked up a little bit, and I'm going to smush it right there onto my craft mat, and then add a little bit more water so that I can create kind of like a, not like a watercolor. I want it to be really thick. So just a couple of sprays, because I want it to show up on the paper but not be so thick that it won't splatter. So let's go this direction. Move things over a little bit. So you just pick it up and I just tap it on there. Just like that. So then I'm going to go ahead and heat set this again, and I'll be right back. So here is my finished background, and I just love the shimmer that those Perfect Pearls give off. And since it's a splatter, it matches really well, and it's almost camouflage until you turn it just the right way to catch the light. Anyway, it's just my favorite way to add some shimmer. So as you can see, it doesn't take a whole lot of time to get a really awesome wow effect for your backgrounds. So I hope you have some fun smushing some ink, and thank you so much for watching my videos. Have a great day. Bye guys!